What is going on, guys? DragonTamerBlayde here, back with some more Elder Scrolls Legends, and I did receive a request that we wanted to see some more Versus Arena on the channel, so that is exactly what I'm going to bring to you guys. Let's see what we feel like bringing. I think we want to start off with Crusader. I tend to like to run more aggressive in Arena, and Crusader's also a little bit flexible. This is pretty darn good. Raiding Party's pretty good. Actually, this is a pretty decent hand in general. It's going to start kind of shaping our deck right off the bat. It's between these two for me. This is probably more flexible, but I like the Raiding Party. Probably just going to go Call of Valor, because if you get multiple of those, or a Word Wall, you have the potential to be just absolutely nuts. Black Dragon's just fantastic on curve. I think they'd have a hard time answering this. Ulfric, again, great on curve. Synergizes with Call of Valor. And Mechanical Heart, great to keep us alive. I think it's between Black Dragon and Ulfric. Let's just go Black Dragon. I think Black Dragon's better. Cast Out, Arrowstorm, Fabricate. I am a big proponent of Fabricate, especially in Arena. It lets you kind of smooth out your own curve and build whatever creature you want. Arrowstorm probably is pretty good as well, but we're going to go Fabricate. We've got Chandal Sapper, Enraged Medcrab, and Revered Guardian. We're just going to go for the Revered Guardian. It's decent. I like Sunhold Medic, but I think Reflective Automaton is the answer. Especially, it gives us a 2-drop, which we don't have yet, and it synergizes with whatever it needs to. We have Sylvanar Tracker, who could work pretty decently. Imperial Siege Engine's not great for what we're doing here. And Arrest, I guess, is some late game removable. I just don't know if we really want to be doing that, but I think it's probably the best option here. Ooh, now this is interesting. I love Trebuchet. It's probably the worst card in this pack, but I love Trebuchet. Let's see what else. Cauldron Keeper's pretty good, but we don't have any supports to really use with Cauldron Keeper just yet. And I don't really know which ones we would be getting. Helgen's Squad Leader, I guess, has potential to be decent. But I really want to take Trebuchet just because it's the memes, man. But Cauldron Keeper's probably the best one there. Out of these, Dark Harvester is a cheeky prophecy, but Clockwork Apostle is some reach. Can't argue with that. Ratway Prospector, we have no supports, no items. We have actions, and that's it. So the odds of triggering this are very low. Orcish Warhammer is not bad for some reach. Covenant Marauder is not bad either. Let's go for the Ratway Prospector. It's probably the best 1-drop there. We've got Resolute Ally, which we have a pretty high trigger chance on, and we're kind of low on 3-drops. Unrelenting Force does synergize with the Word Wall, but I think Resolute Ally is the better pick here. Stone Throw, Gearworks Spider, and Assembled Sanitizer. Assembled Sanitizer is not horrendous as a 3-2 for 3. It's a little bit undercosted or overcosted for what you get. Same with a 1-2 lethal. Stone Throw, I guess we could potentially trigger sometimes. And Gearworks Spider is just a Prophecy Guard, which I guess has its own merit to it. I'm leaning towards the Stone Throw, just because we have a couple big things here. Let's go for that. Another Clockwork Apostle, which is really tempting. Rift and Lawkeeper, or Berserker of the Pale. Rift and Lawkeeper is great. 4-4 for 4 is pretty good. The Breakthrough is a bonus, and the gained 4 health is pretty key, so I think I want to go there. Although Clockwork Apostle is really, really tempting, I'm going to go for the Rift and Lawkeeper. Okay, so we have a Raw Nord, a Mighty Ally, which we will almost never trigger, and another Stone Throw. 2 Stone Throws I think is honestly too much. A Raw Nord I think is bad. As bad as a Mighty Ally is, a 3-3 for 3 is okay, and if it ever triggers that, it becomes awesome. So I guess we'll have to take the less than stellar pick here. Ooh, we get another legendary pick. Double legendary draft. This one's not as great of a pick. We've got Skyforge. Obviously, we're not going to pick that. World Leaders Irie. We don't have anything that synergizes, so I think Dawnbreaker is the pretty obvious pick here. As tempting as Skeevers are, and we don't really have any draw to make it happen, I think we have to go Bruma. We're light on 2 drops, and Bruma's a really good card. Okay, we've got Loot, which synergizes with our Ratway Prospector, but we still don't have any supports to make that happen. I think we'll probably go for the less than stellar Sylvanar Tracker here. Okay, we've got Gladiator's Arena, which I don't like at all. Illusory Mimic, which... Guard, Breakthrough, Guard... I guess we have an okay amount of... keywords in our deck. Duel Atop the World, I guess, can act as removal, but I think Illusory Mimic's probably the best card here. Okay, we've got Elixir of Vitality, which does synergize with Cauldron Keeper. Also synergizes with the Ratway Prospector. But that's just 2 cards in our deck. We've got Pack Wolf, which is 3/3 worth of stats split up amongst 2 lanes, which I don't love. We got Tusked Bristleback, which is just a 5/5 for 5, which I don't think is that bad, so I think we're going to go for the Bristleback. Okay. So now we have the option of another Bristleback, the Assembled Conduit, which if we didn't take that other Factotum, I don't think we could take the Assembled Conduit, or the Quicksilver Crossbow. Crossbow synergizes with Ratway Prospector, and I guess potentially Black Dragon, but that's about it. So I think we could go for another Bristleback, oddly enough. Okay, now we're getting interesting. Gladiator Arena I still don't want to go for. Dwarven Armaments and Ancestors Battle Axe are both really good, but obviously Dwarven Armaments is 5/5 right now, and that's it. Ancestors Battle Axe is 4/4 right now, and 4/4 to the next creature, so I think we're going to go for that one. Okay. We've got Devour, which is some decent removal. Sylvanar Tracker, which I think we have enough 2-drops to where we don't have to make a desperation pick. Or Treasure Map, which synergizes with Ratway Prospector. In terms of just helps us draw some stuff. But I think we're going to go with the Devour. Okay, we've got Winterhold Illusionist, which as far as summon effects go, we have Clockwork Apostle, Rift and Lawkeeper, the Allies, and that's about it. So I think I'm leaning towards taking a second Resolute Ally over Winterhold Illusionist. Gearwork Spider, it would have only been decent had we taken the previous Gearwork Spider, so we're going to go for the Resolute Ally. Okay, we've got Blade's Lookout, but we only have 1 dragon at the moment. We can pick a second dragon, or a Chandal Sapper, which I don't think we need the Sapper. I think the Revered Guardian is a little bit better right now. Okay, we've got Sunhold Medic, Ruin Archaeologist, and Bankerai Butcher. The Bankerai Butcher for 3 for 4 is okay. We have no orcs to trigger that. We have Ruin Archaeologist, a 2/5 for 3, which is a decent amount of stats. But we have no supports. But that might not stop us anyway. And then Sunhold Medic, which I don't think we're really considering. It's between these 2. This trades with some stuff better, but dies easier. Yeah, we don't have any orcs. Actually, Reflective Automaton counts as an orc, so I think we'll go Bankerai Butcher over the Ruin Archaeologist. Okay. Immolating Blast is interesting. Helgen's Squad Leader, also interesting. Can potentially snowball early on. Imperial Might, again, somewhat interesting. This Word Wall Call of Valor combo is looking pretty crappy unless we draw it together right now. Do we go Squad Leader or Immolating Blast? Immolating Blast will help us come back if we happen to be behind on board. So it's pretty tempting. And Helgen Squad Leader doesn't do anything without other cards. So I think we're going to go for the Immolating Blast. Okay. We've got Kagudi Fabricant, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that trigger it. So it's pretty good. A Kvatch Soldier, which is a pretty good 2-drop on its own. Or another Clockwork Apostle, which helps us push lethal even more. I'm tempted to go for the Clockwork Apostle. It makes our deck a little bit heavier on the top end. The Kvatch Soldier is honestly pretty tempting, though. As much as it's... I don't know. All 3 of these cards would be pretty nice. This guy gets triggered by about 1/7 of our deck. This thing is just great overall. I think we're going to go for the second Clockwork Apostle. Okay. Awakened Imperfect we are not going for. Fiery Imp gives us an aggressive early option. Or Penitus Oculatus Agent. Could potentially mess up some of our opponent's plans. So it's between the Imp or the Oculatus Agent. Let's go for Fiery Imp, I think. No, let's go for the Oculatus Agent. Then our final card, Alpha Wolf, is obviously a no. Burn and Pillage is somewhat tempting, but I think Manticora is like too good to not go for. So we're gonna go for the Manticora. So I went into this hoping to be somewhat aggressive. But we kind of turned into a more mid-rangey, if not control-y deck. Control-ish. I don't know the right words to use. I'm bad with words. But here's the deck up on the left. It's kind of awkward. I really don't think it's that good for a deck that pulled 2 legendaries, especially when the one legendary is a Dawnbreaker. But we do have a solid amount of reach. We'll keep these 2, our 2 4-drops. We want to put a 4/4/5. So this could be really bad, depending on what our opponent starts with. I don't want to play a Raw Resolute Ally, and we've drawn a lot of our yellow cards off the bat. There's our Manticora. Pass again. If he plays nothing, then I'll consider passing turn 3. Let's see. Alright, I don't think I can play anything into that. We'd basically just be giving it up. So I'm going to play him in the right lane. Take the 1 in 4 chance and hit it. So that's pretty huge. And then we can play the Black Dragon to contest this guy, since Black Dragon is immune to lethal.
The forest is ours.
Okay.
The Dark Brotherhood is a fox, and
Slam that down.
Cure it.
We're going to take another 4 at least. And we're going to lose our Mighty Ally, but we at least made him waste his Sanctuary Pet. It's pretty cool. Next turn we can just slam the Bristleback for our best on-curve play. And we'll have our Rift and Lawkeeper to heal back one of these Nimble Ally swings. Bristlehide Dreg.
The forest is ours.
Pull a Penitus Oculatus Agent, which we can use here. We're going to go for Fabricate for a potential 6-drop, if not a 2-drop to play next turn. Let's grab that 6-drop. So we have options. Drain is really good. Then we will Penitus Oculatus on this guy, steal his lethal so we can kill the Gristlehide, and then trade that and destroy any other Nimble allies he may have. He winds up not having any, but still. I think we're in a pretty decent spot here. Let's see if he has any ping effects for this. That's an interesting move. We can go Bruma plus Riften. I think we will. He has no other ones of those in his deck. And then
There's a plan.
let's just slam these two guys down together.
If they don't want trouble.
Get back up to 24 with a very strong hand. Penitus Oculatus can trade into the Gristlehide next turn. We have the option of slamming down Ancestor's Battle Axe, if not, just going for the Custom Fabricant. Fabricant gets even better if he winds up jabbing our Rift and Lawkeeper this turn. I don't know if that's his play or not, but we'll see.
So many purses, so little time.
That's fine. Is he gonna trade into that for me? That'd be pretty sweet. Cool. Okay. I wonder what card he stole from me. Wasn't that one? Okay, I think we're gonna try and hit this to set up some better trades.
Steadfast, brothers.
That's good for us.
You won't foil my plan.
I did warn them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll put us up to 7.
Tests us.
We'll hang on to the 2 of them though. That Resolute Ally did come in clutch. Alright, so I guess that's what he stole from me. Unless he's just packing Immolating Blast, which is a possibility.
You won't foil my plan.
Swing once. Lay this guy down. Hang on to the rest. If he lives, we'll probably Ancestor's Battle Axe to drain for 10 next turn. Or not. We still have a 6/6 on the board, though.
This one offers something tasty.
Okay, so we can double Nord into that.
Time to fight.
Okay.
You won't escape. Time to fight.
And let's set this up for next turn.
These words are mine.
Even if it's a jab, it's fine.
They make it too easy.
That's not a good one. And we've got a very beefy board. Whatever creature we draw next has +4/+4. Leaf Lurker? Nope, Crushing Blow. Okay. Do you have a jab for this? Nope, Dwarven Sphere. Alright. I see no reason to Manticora at the moment. 4/8 word wall. Okay. Let's slam this down. Let's get the Bristleback out there. I'm gonna hang on to the word wall just in case we draw our shout. And we just don't need it at the moment, but a 4/8 guard for 1 is pretty darn good. So he's hoping to smuggle for an answer. And we still have Manticora, Arrest. We have a lot of stuff in hand to try and figure this out. Do you have something to give that guard? Okay. Okay.
You waste my breath.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, so we have options here. Swing for 5 first.
A fine battle.
Manticora this baby. And take our 6 damage. Alright, so that worked out pretty well. A lot of our combos, or a lot of the synergies that we drafted for, worked out. We're at 20 minutes, and I don't want to have this arena span like 10 episodes, so we're gonna get a second one in for now.
To ultimate glory.
A draft plus 2 games, I think, is a sufficient length. So we'll see what we get going on here. Matching up against Schlack. Schlack's playing Archer. What do we got? What do we got? Apostle, Mimic, Ally. Ship those 2 back. This is a much better starting hand. Would not mind if we drew our Banker Eye Butcher, so I can play Automaton on 2 into Butcher Ring on 3. That would be pretty darn sweet. He's going to ship 2 back, as we did as well. Looks like he has a 1-drop. Fiery Imp. Okay. So I think I'm probably going to ring to contest that. I don't want to be taking a ton of damage from that guy. We have Oculatus if we need to steal any keywords, like if he plays a Fighter's Guild recruit this turn.
The Nords must take back Skyrim.
It's not even going to play. Okay. Trade there. We could take the 1 and 4 on Mighty Ally. Yeah, let's do it.
The day shall be ours.
I mean, not shocking. It's fine. It's mostly to set up a better Resolute ally for next turn. We'll see if he has something like the Skaven. No, he does not.
For Ulfric Stormcloak.
That's fine. I kind of want to get Revered Guardian out, but I don't want to use my last ring charge. Let's just go for that.
Steadfast brothers.
Not wound anyone we don't have to. He's going to get a 5/5 in hand that he can play this turn. But if he wants to race in the Shadowline, we've got Dawnbreaker, we've got Double Clockwork Apostle. We have a lot of options for trading. Okay. We can deal 7 if we want this turn. Or up to 11, actually, if we want this turn. This guy does nothing but stall for a turn.
Let's
swing first, see what happens.
You can't defeat us.
I'm down to 19, and we'd be able to do another 11 next turn. Not quite lethal, unfortunately. Still think it's the play, though. I don't think he's playing Rage, nor am I worried about Rage. Just trying to put him in range of Dawnbreaker plus something's reach, which we can almost get him to next turn. I would love for him to play like a Fighter's Guild recruit. Oh, so he's going to get to pretty much clear our board if he wants to, which I think he should, and he will. He's got 2 magical left. Fighter's Guild recruit would be fine. I'd be able to steal it, but he's not going to go for that.
You can't defeat us.
I'm just going to play the Bristleback. It'd be 8, potentially 12 next turn, but like I said, I'm saving the Dawnbreaker for that last swing. And I don't think he's really going to be playing around it. If we get Clockwork Apostle, we can ring that out next turn. So I think we're in a pretty good spot to try and take this one. Trying to think of what would be the worst things for us. That'd be up there. But this Penitus Oculatus is about to be amazing.
You can't defeat us. For the Emperor.
Alright, so stealing that drain lethal was bonkers. Yeah, that worked out perfectly for us. That was great. That's why I grabbed that Penitence Oculatus. He gives you some options. Alright, so we started the run off 2-0. Pretty good. Here's another look at the deck before we go. Hopefully, my picks made sense to you guys. This is my first time really trying to explain my picks, I think, in detail. So if there's improvement needed on me kind of explaining my thought process, or if I need to slow down when I'm discussing, definitely let me know. It's something, like I said, this versus arena content is relatively new. I've only done it a few times before, and I want to try and improve it for you guys. So any suggestions you may have are greatly appreciated. But thank you guys very, very much for watching. Let me know what you think about the deck in the comments section below, and I'll see you guys next time to continue this arena run. Peace.